Hello, my name is Ben Kaluza and welcome to the Behind the Stream podcast. In this series, I talk to streamers of all sizes about their stream, their offline content, their growth strategies, and much, much more. In this episode, I talk to a streamer that goes by the name Merl, a predominantly Fortnite streamer who has built such an impressive community based off just hard work off stream to just continually develop and evolve his stream based off his community feedback. And it's just so nice to see. He also tells me he's got the best channel points on Twitch. If you enjoy the episode, please consider hitting the like and subscribe button down below. And if you don't, I'd love to hear why in the comments. So without further ado, let's get into the episode. Mo, welcome to the podcast. So glad to have you on. I've been kind of waiting and wanting to get you on because there's so many questions that I want to ask you based on watching your stream many times. How are you doing today?
I'm very well, mate. Busy day. Monday, so it's my day off. So I don't stream today. Mondays and Fridays I don't stream, so I enjoy them. I keep myself busy. But very well, mate. Very well.
What did you do on your day off?
What have I done? I have made the stream schedule.
Okay.
Ran through some TikToks. And I've sent them to my little friend who edits my TikToks nowadays, which is nice. And I've been out for Happy Girlfriend Day.
Nice.
With my girlfriend. So I was telling them before I got her, we went for a burger, sorry.
Where did you go for burger?
It's called Meat Stack. It's like one of the best places in Newcastle.
Is it? Nice.
Oh, love it, mate.
Burgers my go-to, so.
Oh, same.
Yeah.
It's got to be smash burgers though. I hate the big chunky ones. I always say this. What are you a type? Are you like a chunky beef burger guy or like the smashed ones?
Smashed by it just means they're flatter, like patties.
Yeah, the thin ones.
I think I like the bigger ones. To be honest. I mean, maybe I don't know whether I've had. I don't think I've had a really.
Must have like Five Guys. Five Guys are pretty smash.
Oh, Five Guys, yeah.
Yeah, they're like smash burgers.
I actually prefer a bit of more like crispy chicken burger, if I'm honest. There's a place near where I live called Randy's Wings, and they ever since I got their chicken burger that I'm just convert.
Chicken scares me sometimes because you never know. I don't know. Sometimes you bite into it and you never know if it's gonna be raw, tough, or whatnot. I don't know. I always worry about that. But that's why I always go for beef personally, mate. But yeah, I've had a busy day, mate. Busy day.
So it wasn't. It's your, when you say day off, it means it's just your day off from streaming. It's not like a day off from content.
Nah, not really. Yeah, I know. I always say that. I'll be like, it's my day off. And people will be like, what you doing? I'll be like, yeah, I'm making a schedule for the streams. I'm editing. I'm doing a podcast or I'm having a meeting. That's not a day off.
Nice, yeah.
There is no days off in this, sadly. But they're pretty chilled, you know. It's a chill day.
So I want to go into your schedule. But before we go into the schedule, if you could just give the people watching a bit of an intro to yourself, when you started streaming, kind of what got you into streaming, any inspirations, any kind of key notable steps on your streaming journey to then kind of where you are today. So just tell a story of your journey, your streaming journey. That'd be great.
Yeah, no worries. So yeah, I'm Tom or Merl, and I started out making YouTube content around Fortnite, which was Fortnite news. So the latest information coming to Fortnite. You know, this was back in.
I watched them earlier.
Yeah, late 2018 when Fortnite was thriving.
6 years ago.
Yeah. I know, mate. Time flies. No, but I started on that pretty much, and I didn't really think it would go many places. I always used to be interested in the game leaks in any game. So the leaks and what's coming, what people don't know, and I was like, I wanna make a YouTube channel and let people know about that. And it took off big time. Within about I want to say a year and a half, I hit 100k subs, which was
I can see the plaque.
Yeah, there it is. But it's insane because it's something you dream as a kid. I'm 21. I'm still a 16-year-old inside, I feel. But yeah, mate, it's a dream, absolute dream. But after that, I want to say, I think it was maybe end of 2019. I picked up Twitch streaming just as a bit on the side of doing the YouTube stuff. And people started to come over. Obviously, I wasn't doing like the Fortnite news or over on a stream. I'm not going to be like doing a live YouTube video because it's completely different. But I'd play games, I'd run some viewer games, whatever. And over time, I just sort of gradually stopped doing the Fortnite news side of things. The thing with Fortnite is you're relying on them bringing out updates and things, and there'd be days where I'd be like, well, there's nothing going on, and then it would be like the gaps between uploading videos would die down because I used to do it daily, and it used to it was rough. So, and it was just sort of a gradual decline. At the same time, Twitch was becoming more fun, so I went, you know what, let me focus a bit more on Twitch, and that's what I've done ever since. And yeah, obviously that was end of 2019, where it's kind of coming up to the end of 2022. So like that's what, 3 year? Can I do maths right? 3 year? 3 year? 3, right?
3.
I think.
Yeah, 3.
So yeah, about that pretty much. But yeah, like back in the day, starting YouTube's like a kid's dream. Everyone's like, oh, I want to be a YouTuber. I always used to. I think everyone's dabbled in it a bit, like uploading a little silly video with their mates, or even like when you're like 13 or whatever. But yeah, it's been sick to like, especially because YouTube took off so quick. It's definitely not my main platform. I still post there like every week, but it's like fully different content. So it does not do well, but it doesn't affect me because I'm happy on Twitch. And I'm full-time on Twitch 5 days a week, obviously, as I say. But yeah, that's that. And I'm from Newcastle, England. It's pretty much me.
So when you transitioned from... I'm trying to think, like, have you had a job since you left school, or that was at the point when you then started streaming as well, and I'm just trying to figure out timeline. You finishing school and...
I finished school. So here in the UK, it's what is it? It's like 12 to 16. I think you live at 16. So that's year 11. So I did GCSEs. I never dropped out or anything. I hear a lot about people dropping out, which is kind of frightening. But yeah, I did the GCSEs, passed them all, which was great. Nothing crazy, but a pass is a pass, and that's what you want. And then I went to I went to college, like a community college. Yeah. I did a games dev course.
Okay.
And that was for a couple of years, I want to say. It was good, but sort of midway through, that's when I picked up YouTube. And it would be days where, I'm like, I have to be home because it was news and Fortnite news. If something big came out, this is when we're talking about collabs like Marvel, and back when Fortnite's collab with all these huge companies and brands. You cannot miss that doing what I did on YouTube. So there'd be days I had to take off college in a way. But it was fine, I feel, in the end, because I still came out with a merit, which is like, it's not the best, but, it's much better than just a pass. But overall, I knew I didn't really want to do game dev. It was kind of not for me. I realized to get into a job in that industry over there is insanely hard as well. But yeah, that's pretty much what happened. I had a couple of little jobs. I'm very, very lucky though. I always say this, I'm very grateful I've never had to work a 9 to 5, because a lot of people do, and I'm very, very, it's never ever taken for granted. But yeah, I had a little auction job, which was like about 6 months. So that was just working weekends, and from there I picked up YouTube, and it started doing well, and I've just been very, very careful with money wise, and I'm not a big drinker. I'm not into anything which would rinse your money. No big clothes. I'm not like I'm not into clothes spending. So yeah, it's been all right. It's been all right, but I'm very lucky for how it turned out.
And when you started streaming on Twitch, like, was there a point where you felt like, all right, yeah, this is what I should focus on now? Like, how over what period of time did your YouTube audience that you had built kind of transition over to Twitch? Was that quite slow, or did it happen quite quickly?
No, it was definitely slow. But the thing with Twitch is it's hard. if you're starting at nothing, it's probably years in the process of like starting to get your first few viewers on Twitch, because it's a completely different platform. But because I, had that decent, well, the thing, yes, I had the 100,000 subs, but a lot of them weren't there to like, to learn about me or to have that raw connection like you do on Twitch. They were just there for the news. But there was a lot of people that, that were there. So, when I'd briefly mention it, I'd see it would, I think I started, I want to say like 15 viewers.
Okay.
And it's, it's gradually has increased and things. But yeah, I remember back in the day, it was definitely a good Kickstarter, very grateful for that. A good Kickstarter on Twitch for having the YouTube community come over, but it was a fully different community, But yeah, that was again, it was slow though, it was slow, and I realized, I can't just sort of rely on these subs over on YouTube to like come over and enjoy talking to me and watching whatever I want to do. So it was tricky, but yeah, I remember it was a good start because of YouTube, and yeah, it was alright though. It was alright. I'm lucky for that Kickstarter, because as I say, it's hard on Twitch to have a Kickstarter. There is, exactly.
How did you actually get them over? Like, want to go into more specific here. Like, did you create YouTube videos that said that you were streaming on Twitch? How did you communicate to your subscribers on YouTube that you are now streaming on Twitch? Like, what platforms did you use? What content how did you do it?
So I think there wasn't really a secret to it, to be fair to you. If I take a quick look back in the day, I'd be making videos, as I say, about Fortnite news, how to get certain, leaked skins, yada, yada, yada. And I think I remember in those videos maybe briefly sort of mentioning that, I'm streaming over on Twitch a bit, things like that, if you want to come play custom games. And again, it was slow, it wasn't, I maybe sat around 15 to 30 viewers for the first like 3-4 months of starting a little bit on Twitch. It didn't start very serious, as all things Twitch. I just sort of did it on the side. But as I say, when YouTube started going down, the Twitch started going up, and I started putting a lot more effort into the Twitch, streaming longer hours, putting more effort into it, the way I present myself and things. But yeah, I remember on YouTube, it probably, to be fully honest, there isn't a secret. It probably was just me putting the link in description, maybe briefly mentioning it. I think I maybe did a few videos where I actually streamed them live, so you'd have that like chat integration. Often I realize, if I'm watching a YouTube video and I see, Twitch chat somewhere on here, like the overlay, you see the Twitch chat, or there's mention of Twitch, it would entice me to maybe, come over at that stream and check them out, see if I can be in a video in the future.
Okay, yeah, I see.
And I think things like that maybe helped it out, because I think as well, I used to use the background gameplay from streams. So I think maybe perhaps that played a part. People wanted to come over and be a part of that. I don't know. But yeah, keep in mind back then, it was probably around 50,000 views a YouTube video I posted, which was sick, like to look back on. I was very
decent.
lucky.
That's
yeah, I get nowhere near that now because I'm, focused on Twitch, but that probably did play a part. But it shows you like transferring viewers, no matter what the platform, it is hard. If you think that is a lot of views every single day, as I was posting these daily news videos, and there was maybe 15, 30 people, maybe like 2 or 3 times I stream a week because it wasn't serious. Like, to most people, it's like, wait, what? Like, you're following 50k views, but why aren't you getting 50,000 viewers? But if you know, it's one of them things. Yeah. It's tricky to explain.
Knowing what you know now, if you could go back and do things differently and put more effort into converting, what do you think you would do?
Good question. I'm not too sure. I think, when I look back on my videos, the way I the way I talked and like, I never used to use Facecam. I was very...
Mate, I was trying to find one.
Yeah.
I went on your YouTube earlier and scrolled all the way down to the bottom, hoping to find like a young Merl video, but no, there's no face cam on them.
No, it was. So the first time I revealed my face was the 100,000.
The unboxing, yes. It was,
the
yes.
unboxing
That was
3 years ago. That was
the first one.
July 2019. And keep in mind, I started up Twitch November. And that's when I found myself get more confidence, especially with using Facecam on Twitch. But yeah, back to back to the question. If I can make any changes, I'd say, I don't know. I really don't know. I'd probably start using Facecam a little bit earlier. I'd maybe have, hopefully, it's a learning curve with doing all this. The way I talked and the way I presented myself was so dull looking back on, because I thought I was just this news reporter who just reported on news, and looking at it now, like, I love being on Twitch. I love trying to entertain and putting effort in the way I talk and things like that. It plays a big part. I would never personally watch a stream who's just sort of sat there gaming, barely reading the chat, things like that. I don't know. So that's what I've always wanted to be, and I don't know. But to transfer the viewers over, as you say, I don't know, that there is no secret. I always think of it myself, even to this day. I'm like, how are these streamers I'm watching who barely post anything, how are they getting so many viewers? I don't know.
I asked that same question a lot. I try and I see streamers that do have lots of viewers, and I go on their socials and I'm like, they're not posting anything, and I'm like, where the fuck are they getting all these viewers from? I'm trying to sit there and work out, like, okay, is it this? I'm trying to be pretty like, okay, like, do they have something that is unique that other people don't have? And sometimes they do, and sometimes they still don't, and I can't work it out. I'm like, this streamer is no different than this other streamer, and I've literally got no idea.
I think a lot of the times when I see that, it's maybe a collaboration they've done.
Maybe,
they've been featured on a big stream. People have liked them, and I fully agree though. Because it seems from the outside that they're just doing what everyone else is doing. But then you look at their socials; they haven't posted a YouTube video in 5 months. There's maybe a TikTok every couple of weeks. It's like, how? And they've maybe been streaming like a year or two. So it's not like they've been, I don't know. I'm going to
find out.
It's interesting. That's what I want to know. So
I'm going to find someone that has that, and I'm going to interview them and ask them how.
How are they holding up that many viewers?
Yeah. So when you started streaming, what exactly were you doing then? Like, so you said that you weren't obviously doing just news shit. Were you just playing Fortnite? Was it? I mean, you said you were doing customs. Like how does it differ to kind of what you do today?
Yeah. So as I said, end of 2019, that's when I picked it up and I did Fortnite. I was very, very scared. Like, every single streamer out there has been very scared probably to switch up what their most, viewers do play a part, your viewer count, but one day you'll realize like what matters is the people that talk in chat. But back in them days, I'd get my most viewers when I played Fortnite, and I dared to change it up. I did not want to try anything else. I used to love other things, chatting or a bit of Minecraft or whatever, but I would not want to change. So yeah, it would be straight up customs, and still to this day I still do customs. I've always found it very fun to watch and enjoy, especially when you do like fun, interesting customs. I always try, Fortnite's one of them games, it's got so much going on, there's new items, there's new areas every week, so there's a lot of potential. But yeah, back in the day, it would just be straight Fortnite customs or squads with viewers. It wasn't anything crazy. But fast forward into where I'm at now, it's still mainly Fortnite. But I'm always switching it up. Like, I've dropped my my third ever Minecraft server last week. So like this week, as I've said about the schedule, it'll be out of 5 days, it'll be 3 of them Minecraft and 1 of them Fortnite. So it's been quite a move. But it's I'm still mainly doing Fortnite though. So pretty much back in the day, you know, if I did anything else besides Fortnite, you know, it would be half the views, the chat would be dead, and it no matter view count doesn't matter, it does, you know, it affects you. It does affect you. You can turn it off and whatnot, but you can tell when your chat's a bit quiet, it can affect you. But I've noticed over the 3 years nearly I've done this, it's important that you just keep going, and you know, a community is made after many months. You know, it might take years. You know, I'm 3 years in now, and I'm able to average maybe 80 minimum if I'm doing a game I've never tried before, and that's insane to me. Like, you got to remember that's 80 people looking at you. You know, your main game's always gonna, you know, be the highest numbers and whatnot, which is fair enough, but you know, it takes many months, many years to get into people's head that are watching you. Like, if you guys are here for me, or for you, a streamer, like, you'll understand, you'll just appreciate whatever we're doing. But it takes many years, definitely. That's what I've really noticed past few years.
When you were running customs in Fortnite, and I'm just talking from my own experience of running customs, I find that they do inflate numbers a little bit, and they can be a little bit toxic. Did you find that? Did you find that it did inflate your numbers and it was a bit toxic, and then when you didn't do customs, your numbers dropped, and people are like, oh, when are you doing customs? Did you how did you manage like that, if that happened to you? Just wondering what your experience was with running customs Fortnite.
No, I think that experience is everyone's, to be fair, especially with Fortnite. Customs are still such a big thing. But yeah, I remember, like, it would always be, you know, crazy people hopping in the games, but then you'd have problems like people come in and ruin the game, and then you've got to back out, and that side is very toxic. You know, then you got to hold back, like, kick it off at these little kids.
Yeah, I was going to say, how did you handle it?
Going crazy. Yeah. So I remember I just used to let the chat just go mental. But looking back on it, it's such a toxic environment. You know, you don't want that. But yeah, as I say, the thing with my customs nowadays, and what I feel like I've always tried to do since day one, is make them fun and interesting. So instead of your usual just drop in and fight, or you know, hide and seek fashion shows or whatever, that can just go insanely bad. You know, there's now things with Fortnite like creative, so like it's basically like Minecraft creative mode. I'm sure you know, so you can make anything. You can literally make anything, and it's if you don't want a problem, you can get rid of the problem. It's really good. So like, I've tried, me and my community's made some crazy maps, so people now come to the stream because they know we've got a good environment for customs. There's great maps, and there's guaranteed fun, interesting things going on. But yeah, I remember back in the day, it would definitely be very very toxic for sure. You know, you'd get your high player counts and whatnot. But I remember there was a day I got something called Unite, which is this system in Fortnite where it's through Discord. So the only way they can join your customs is through Discord. Yeah. And like, it was a lot better because then you can ban them players.
Okay.
Fortnite's still like 4 or 5 years on, haven't done anything with customs. So like, there is streamers out there that are still in the predicament I was in. And that's, to be fair, down to Fortnite. They haven't done anything in terms of like banning players or control, you know. But I did them things myself, and you know, now customs are a much more enjoyable type of content to do, you know. But yeah, I think everyone's customs were always like that for sure. Great numbers, and then you'd feel the pressure when you'd switch up doing something else. Yeah. But again, back to what I was saying, there'll come a day when you just got to realize, like, your community might not be that community. Just because it's your viewers, that probably isn't your community. It takes many years or many months to build the community. You know, you don't want to switch up completely. You know, I'd start by doing things like, as I say, I used to do like the drop-in, kill customs, the classics, but then you got to try new things, find your own niche in Fortnite. And like, people come to me now, especially on Sundays. That's when I do Fortnite customs and things. They know, like, Sundays, you know, they're the fun customs from Merl. You know, I think that's what happens. Yeah. But yeah, like, you just got to keep remembering that, and over time you'll bring them numbers back up to what you'd want, and you'll realize that is your real community who's there with whatever you do. But it does take years, and it's demotivating when you look at viewer count and things. It really is. No matter what, people will be like, I don't care about viewer count, but everyone does. Deep down.
They do. Yeah. If you didn't, then I don't think you care. Like I don't think you could say, yeah, you've got to. Yeah, if you care, then you do look at viewer count. When it comes to, so you talked a lot about the community there. I'm just really curious to go into like how you've built that. And more specifically, I wanted to talk about Discord a little bit, because I know that you're very active on Discord. And I know that like just going in your Discord and seeing it, I know you've put a lot of time and effort into that. And I just wanted to wonder, let's kind of keep it in line with how we did it before, where like, when did you start putting more effort into Discord in your kind of streaming journey? Because it's one thing where streamers kind of like, you start streaming and then people are like, oh, have you got a Discord? And you're like, oh shit, what the fuck is Discord? Or like, oh, I need a Discord, like, great. And then like, so when like did you start ramping up Discord? And I'd also love to know kind of how you manage it on a day-to-day basis as well, because it's a big commitment and job as well, and I think it's some things that streamers struggle with.
I think every streamer or every YouTuber, whatever you do, you should have a Discord. It can be very beneficial for many reasons. Sorry, I've had a Discord. I think I've had mine for 4 years before I even started the Twitch stuff.
Okay.
And I'd get people pop in to talk about the Fortnite news, to talk about the Fortnite leak. So it was actually number wise and like interaction wise, it was probably better than Twitch.
Really?
To see people come over. Yeah.
Oh.
In terms of like people keeping the conversation going, it's much easier in a Discord. Discord's so easy to access, to be fair to you. But yeah, as I say, I've had mine 4 years. I think there's about 7k members, but it's nowhere near that active. I have about 100 average viewers. But yeah, again, you cannot rely on numbers. Numbers don't really mean much in terms of like Twitch, YouTube, whatever. But anyways, what was I saying? So you should always have a Discord. And I remember the way I used to grow the Discord is by promoting it on Twitch, by just mentioning, hop in the Discord tonight. And I think still to this day, I still talk about it and like, come and talk in Discord after stream. The community's there, just chat to us, whatever. And yeah, you'll see your viewers in there. You can have Discord mods and whatnot. So it's a really cool way to like talk with the people that watch your videos or watch your streams after and before. I love Discord, to be fair, but it can also be very toxic, which is very, very popular when it comes to Discord. You've probably heard a lot of stories about some dodgy stuff that can go on in Discord. So it's you got to moderate it well. I remember my first time, like as I say, like 4 years back, because it was YouTube and it was just those high numbers and God knows who was joining, who I didn't know.
Yeah.
I remember there'd be kickoffs and everything. It would be proper toxic. And it was so hard to manage being so new to content creation. But looking back at it now, it's kind of funny because now it's a nice place, again, with the proper community that I feel like I've built over the past few years, again, which takes many years to build. So just had to have, good moderators and things like that in play. But yeah, just like Twitch and just like any platform, it's going to take many years to build a good community that loves what you do, YouTube, Twitch, Discord, whatever else you want to do. It'll take years, but have a Discord. Definitely have a Discord.
What do you do in your Discord? Like you personally, like talk me through what things you do every week. From what you post, like how you engage, like when do you check it, etc. Like how do you manage it and manage what you're putting in there?
Yeah, so as I say, Discord's very important for what I do. If you're a streamer, it's got to be important for what you do. But yeah, in my Discord, I have a range of chats. I can send you a few photos if you want to pop them up or whatever. you got the general chat, which is where anyone can chat and whatnot. But I also have things like suggestions. I find it very, very nice and very relieving when my community can give suggestions about streams. So like, for example, today when I'm making the new schedule, I've done an at everyone announcement. So I'll be like, new week coming. Let me know your ideas. Is there any games, any updates, any crazy ideas you've got? And like right now I'm looking at the suggestions chat and some good ones, some bad ones, but yeah, it's a good way to interact with you and ask your community questions like that. There's a subscriber hub. I've got a lot of Discords. A lot of streamers have them as well. So like if you subscribe to a streamer on Twitch, or me, for example, you'll get a sub hub. I have it. So like you get custom colors, a nice sub only chat, things like that.
This is within Discord.
Yeah. It literally is just a full. If you've never heard of Discord, anyone, it's like a full chat. I don't know how to explain it. Just a chat area. It's like I
always say it's like WhatsApp but on steroids.
Yeah,
like basically
really,
that's
it's sick,
like Telegram kind of. But most people know WhatsApp. Some people don't. A lot of people don't even use Telegram. Like
but yeah, I also got like a nice fun section. So it's like IRL. So like people from day to day in my community, they're like take photos of whatever. Like I'm looking at it now. Someone's got a photo of London Bridge, Chinatown. Nice. Food as well. I love food. As I say, I had a lovely burger today, but we have a full food channel. Like everyone puts photos in there. I'm like, oh my God, like we react to it on stream and everything. But yeah, it's just like making it a fun place with channels that people can like interact with. And again, you get to see your community's personal side. They get to see yours and whatnot. But there's some other things as well I do, like little things is like in regards to the schedule. The supporters chat, the sub hub, they get the schedule early. So they got it about an hour ago and I haven't even posted it yet.
Okay.
So they get like a couple of hours early. So that's like a sub benefit, which you can promote in Discord and you can also promote on your Twitch, which is nice. And, my Discord's nothing crazy, but it's important if you own a Discord that you're always talking in it and things and you're the one engaging with it. If you've got a mod team, getting them to engage with it's important to keep the conversation going. Otherwise, it can sort of just die out a bit. You don't really want that. So things like that, I'm always, every day, I've got it on my phone, I've got it on my second monitor. So I'm always just trying to engage with that and things like that. But it's just nice to chat with them. It shouldn't be used as this tool to like plug everything to your Discord, to whoever's in your Discord. It's just a good way to talk and also make good announcements about when you're live, what you're doing, posts, schedule, for example, with me.
Yeah.
But there's things like that, it's pretty simplistic. But yeah, I like my Discord. I like it.
Yeah, I like your Discords.
Yeah?
Your Discord's good. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, no. That's what I wanted
try
to
to keep
about.
it as active as possible.
Yeah,
Some
good.
people's Discords are popping.
Nah, yours is good. It's
mess.
clean. The layout is good.
Yeah.
You've got all the things that like are needed and a little bit more as well. When it comes to the schedule, let's talk about that. So you said you plan it on Mondays.
Yep.
What stays the same and what changes every week? And what, like you alluded to it there, like some of the community give feedback, but like what drives the changes week by week?
My Alexa kicked off. Sorry, mate.
That's
do you
right.
want to do that question again?
No, you can just answer it. I just paused, so if you just like,
okay.
If you just go with the answer. Go with the answer. You were talking about your schedule.
Yeah. So back to the schedule. So every week I make it in Photoshop. I have a regular landscape version and also like a, like the
I've seen it.
phone version.
I love it.
TikTok. So I do it in them two versions. But as I say, I normally start it on like Sunday night to get to like get a little start on it. Ask about. I normally plug it on the last stream of the week on the Sunday, being like, if you guys got any ideas, let me know for tomorrow. So that's a good way to get like a head start on it. But things that always stay, as I say, I'm still very involved with Fortnite and things. So every Sunday we do like a customs day called Sunday Fun Day. That stays pretty much every Sunday. This week actually it's not. I'm going up to Manchester, so I won't get back till late. But gonna do like a late night stream. But that normally stays. There's normally like 2, 3, Fortnite streams a week, but especially Minecraft's right now in my community is popping because of our new server. That's things come in and out, with hypes and things. Fall Guys been super hype. Yeah. But, now I'm sort of don't know how I feel about Fall Guys right now. So things change up. But again, I've been able to do this for many years and I wouldn't have ever felt as comfortable to do that. So like if you're a streamer out there who is like scared out of your mind to like do anything else, it's fully respectable. So like I remember back in the day with, again, back to building a community a little bit. I remember just sort of dabbling into little things, like trying out something new in Fortnite. Maybe a little bit of solo stuff was an interesting way to see who would stick around. Okay. And I remember mentioning things like, and I still do, to be fair. I'm like, I'd be like, guys, we're going to get into a little bit of da-da-da, which people might have never seen. If you stick around, not like if you stick around, I'll do this or anything. It would be like, I appreciate the ones that stick around for this, and just sort of talking in the way, I don't know, like talking about that type of stuff, nothing like mean or manipulative or toxic, but just sort of mentioning things like that. And I remember you'd see a lot of people who maybe you thought were just there for one thing. They'd be like sticking around, and it's like, oh, okay, that's nice to know. But yeah, like with other games and things, just sort of dabble in it and things. I remember doing that, and like now again with the schedule, I'm able to do whatever. Really, it's nice. But I still worry, if I go and play a single player game, I don't do much single player at all. Yeah. I'm very viewer involved, which I love being viewer involved. 100%, it's like one of my fave things to do. I'd rather play games with viewers or others than like do solo like single player games. So like I'd be very scared to do a solo game, to be fair. But like again, it's like it happens. A lot of people out there do single player stuff, and they would dare to do anything with viewers. But yeah, I remember things like that. But yeah, a lot. Fortnite pretty much stays every week. But I'm in a position now where I can dabble in a lot of other things, which is nice. Without feeling anxious or stressed or worried people won't show up.
How long has it been like that?
I'd say honestly,
where you felt more comfortable yourself doing it based on the confidence in your community.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's been gradual. There was never a day where it's like, oh, brilliant. I've got a community now, like a real one. Let's go. Yeah. But it would be very gradual. I forget if there was any key moments of things like that. I do remember one of the big ones was my first Minecraft server, because I've always been involved with viewers and doing viewer games and things. I remember bringing out the first server, which was, if I do a quick Google for you, it was in, hold the phone, it was on, where is it? January 2021. That was the first server, and I remember at that point, because Minecraft's a pretty accessible game and things, and like it's in a way it's sort of similar to Fortnite customs, except a lot better. That was crazy. I remember, because I was still very, very into customs, I'd have maybe like 150 viewers, possibly more, and like right now I'm maybe on like 100, 110. So like I was pulling probably bigger numbers back then. I remember when we launched that server, it was about 80 people that joined, and I was baffled. I was like, 80 Fortnite kids that have just joined, So key moments like that, when you try something that you might be so scared to, and then you see that, it's really cool. But yeah, like things like that, things that are similar. Mm-hmm. Again, Minecraft, Fortnite, kind of similar vibes. I didn't, again, I was worried out of my mind to try that, but looking back on it, they're similar games. I can see why people would have been interested. Yeah. But yeah, key moments like that, I remember, definitely with the Minecraft server.
Well, you would probably say that maybe your community, which is being built from Fortnite, probably also like Minecraft. I think they do probably the audiences do. It's the same kind of era. Like a lot of young kids play Fortnite.
No,
and
yeah,
then
I fully agree for sure.
it's not like a completely different like horror or like strategy
Yeah.
game, right? Like
True. No, I feel you, but again, it's those little subtle changes from Fortnite, even though it is just sort of similar games.
Yeah.
It things like that, people realize like, I actually like this Merl guy,
Yeah.
even when he doesn't play Fortnite, But it's like things like that, like the human mind's so interesting to work with. You're never ever gonna get perfect numbers all across the board with whatever you do.
Yeah.
That's a main thing to remember as well. That used to bug me out. I'd be like, why have I got 100 viewers watching me play Fortnite, but I'm playing what would I used to play? I'm trying to remember a game. I remember playing a horror game one time and they'd be like 50 and I couldn't understand why. I did this stupid horror game like a year in. I was like, why is everyone gone? Like, it's just me. But looking back on it, I didn't have that loyal community yet, which took many, many years, as I've been saying.
I've asked on another podcast, we're seeing as you're on viewership, and I think it's a very interesting topic. How do you view your viewership now? You've talked where before it kind of bothered you, or you change games and it would be low, and it maybe not stress you out, but you'd see it. I think the same with any streamer. Like today, like now, like how do you view it? Do you look at it? Do you use it to judge whether to do something or not, or have you got more of a relaxed mindset with it? Like, I'm not bothered. Like, I'm just where are you on that scale?
So again, as I say, I've been doing this many years, and it's took to where I'm at now to learn like a lot of things about viewership and things. But again, back in the day, looking at viewer count, I would have it always up. I'd be looking up. I'm like, I've just dropped 10 viewers. What have I done in the past 30 seconds, And like the main thing I realized, and I know everyone says it, turn off the viewer count, because what I now see it as is whoever's talking in the chat is what matters. As long as my chat's flowing and I'm able to have a decent conversation, that's what makes me happy and makes me not worry about like, people aren't enjoying this. Even if people aren't, I don't, if I've dropped, 30 viewers, 100 down to like 60, 70, as long as the chat's, feeling fresh, that's all that matters to me, really. So that's what you kind of got to remember. There will be instances though where your chat gets super, super quiet, but
and what do you do?
You just sort of just got to waffle. You just got to waffle.
So what is like? Yeah. So tomorrow your chat's dead. Like what? Like it must have happened to you multiple times. What are your go? Do you have like go-to things, or is literally just whatever you can think of on the spot, like waffling?
It would be maybe just asking questions like, what's everyone up to tonight? Like things like that. Just imagine having a conversation with a friend or something, and it's conversation sparks. You could keep talking to the viewer, if you ask that and they're like, oh yeah, I'm going out with the kids tomorrow or something. You can be like, where you going?
Yeah.
Just, I don't know, you just sort of got to waffle, and you really just got to try and make the conversation. Even to this day, I might play maybe what I played recently, a horror game called Inside the Backrooms. It was so entertaining for me, but the chat was a bit quieter. I have no idea, but again, the chat was quieter, but the viewer count was still up, which was interesting. But because the chat was quieter and I didn't see how many viewers were watching, it was hard. It was hard at times to make a proper conversation. But looking back on it, obviously after the stream, looking at your stats, people were there watching. So I think you got to realize, like, in a weird way, it does come down to who's talking in the chat. In a way, you could be sat on. There is streamers probably sat on like 1,000 viewers who've got such quiet chats.
Yeah.
And even if their chat's dead, they probably are in the back of their mind being like, yeah, I've got 1,000 viewers right now, but like no one's talking to me, and like they maybe, I always feel a bit awkward. I don't really know what to do, and just sort of carry on with the game, waffle, try and be entertaining. But yeah, that's like my stance on it now is what matters is who's talking in chat. And the view count, there's so many factors, you know, like people could be lurking. You could be on embedded websites. I'm trying to think what else. Bots could be watching. Like the view count does not matter. It's just about who's talking, really, you know. And there's probably, I've heard a lot of rumors about streamers out there having botted views and they just keep it on the DL. And I don't know. You just got to remember it's just about who's talking in chat, and that'll just keep the conversation flowing. You know, some streamers don't even read the chat that much, do they?
No. But you seem to read. It a lot. You seem to.
Yeah.
Have you always done that? Yeah,
because I think the reason for that is, and I don't know about you, but personally, if I go in a stream and I'm like hi, and it takes me like 30 seconds or longer to maybe get a response, I'm like, I don't know. I just find that unless they're providing some really, really entertaining content that you don't really need to chat to or chat with, I'm like, come on, man. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, say for example, they're on like 15 viewers and the chat is fully readable, and it's just not the best talking environment. I personally just like a streamer that's interactive and tries to have a chat and tries to keep it real and ask about my day. I can ask about their day and whatnot, and like that's what I do with my community. I like just to keep it real and just interact big time with them, try and keep it entertaining. Not just like, hi, how you doing? Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, we're about to play this game, you know. Like try and have a proper convo with them. And again, like looking back on it though, 3 years ago I was the dullest guy about. Like I started Twitch and I'm terrible.
I wish I could see a stream. Have you got any?
There is one actually. I think so. I'll have to send it over. But I would sit in a pitch black room with some little Logitech webcam and I just grind these games. I was a little gremlin. But yeah, things like that, pretty much.
On your chat, so yeah, I've noticed that you are very engaged with your chat. How do you manage it? Because I've seen sometimes when there's a lot going on, and I think you're almost like a little bit delayed with the actual live messages of the chat because there's so much going on. Are you working your way down from the top, like scanning, like how when it gets fucking hectic, how do you know what to engage with, what not to engage with, what to say? Like it's very difficult. It takes practice, but I was just wondering how you do it. Like when
I fully feel you. Again, years of practice on this, like coming up to 3 years of doing this. It does take time, but again, it's because I'm such an interactive streamer. I try and read as many messages as possible because I know that's what I prefer, and I know probably everyone that's watching wants to have a convo in some way. But it is bloody hard. You're not a robot. I always say, I will miss messages. And I've got an emote called Merl's Wall, and you've probably seen the meme where it's the guy who's talking to the wall. So we made that, but with my little character.
Oh no!
So like when I miss a message, half of them will be like Merl's Wall, and I'm like, let me scroll up the chat, but. That's the thing. You cannot always read every message.
Yeah,
I'll be like,
it's too difficult.
Guys, I'm not a robot. Please understand, I'm not a robot. But they do. Most of them are only messing on half the time with the Merl's walls. But yeah, it's hard. Like I've done things like slow mode, but then I've found people feel very limited to what they can say.
Yeah.
I think now I do have it on. Oh no, I have it off right now. I did have it on like 3 second slow mo for like 6 months. Which to be fair, I don't really even think helped. It definitely helps spam, but again, people aren't sending multiple messages. I don't know, but slow mo didn't really help, but I thought it did. But at the end of the day, you just got to do what you can. And if people get annoyed, you just got to remind them, you're not a robot.
Yeah.
You're trying your best and things like that. But yeah, I do, back to what you were saying about tracking, I sort of, there will be times when halfway up there, I have my monitor vertical right now. I'll be looking up and I'll be like, what on earth are you? What did I say? Like, I think I have proper ADHD, maybe. I have like 1 minute I'll be doing something, and then like I'll have a conversation, I'll forget the whole conversation. But yeah, I try and track from the top and things like that, or I'll recognize their message at the bottom, what they've just sent, and I'll reply to that, do whatever I'm doing here, or keep the conversation going with others. But it's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like customer service. You just got to keep replying to every single thing. It's like a never ending.
Always going to be unhappy customers.
Yeah.
You can't please everyone.
So much going on. But yeah, that's sort of how I track it. But a lot of the times I'll forget the conversation that was going on and I'll be like, ask again. I'll see Merl's wall spammed up. I'm like, but I would say I do a decent job compared to a lot of streamers. But again, it takes practice, and you can't have a full blown conversation with one person or anything.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it just backs right up. But you'll figure it out. You figure it out. Just you kind of be blunt. You know, you kind of be blunt, but you can respond to that in a decent way.
People get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You mentioned Merlswell emotes, right? Let's talk the stream, right? I've heard that apparently you have the best channel points on Twitch. I've seen that TikTok many times. So we can start with emotes if you want. We can move on to channel points. Like I want to know why you put so much effort into them. When you decide to change them up, like what I know you've got lots of shit that goes on in the background as well, and I'm really want to go like into that. Like I love it. I love the fact that you put so much effort in there, and just would love to talk about this.
So as Ben says, I do totally have the best channel points on Twitch.
Why? You got to tell us why. You got to tell us why.
Well, they're pretty good, but back in the day, that would be like my way of like promoting myself, and I would say still to this day, it's like my sort of niche. It's like being interactive, viewer games, and like some crazy channel points. So, emotes wise, I don't know. My emotes they're good. You know, I have ones like the Merl's wall, which is fun, and I see it used in like similar communities we're close with, which is quite funny.
Okay.
But yeah, the main thing is channel points. So I've found with what people enjoy my stuff for is, again, interacting with what I do, you know, whether that's playing viewer games or talking to me because they know I'm a decent chat reader. But there's also other things to keep that interaction and keep people watching, keep people interacting with whatever I've got going on with channel points. So to have a quick explanation right now, I can open it if you want. You'll see I have a lot of lights behind me. So I have the Merl light. That's my logo.
I love that.
A bar.
What is? Wait, the Merl light. What is it? Like an LED? Like are they LEDs? Like
it's just it was made on Etsy. A guy on Etsy made it.
Got mine from Etsy as well.
They
got nice
really cool though.
Custom signs. Yeah,
so it's got Wi-Fi controlling. All these lights have got Wi-Fi.
I bet that wasn't cheap.
With
the custom.
No,
I know
that one
not
wasn't.
Cheap. No.
It really wasn't. Accustomed to it. But with the channel points. So if you don't know what channel points are, it's basically as your viewers watch, they earn points. For obviously anyone watching, Ben, I know you're very familiar, but as they earn points, you know, they can spend them in whatever ways the streamer's set up. But I see a lot of streams have just never set them up. It's so boring.
Mate, honestly, I've searched high and low for good channel points, like, and I'll be honest, Mo, yours are like, I would say, still at top. Like,
because I mean, the thing is, there is a lot of people with some crazy channel points out there, but the thing with those streamers is they don't play games. They are fully prepared. They're fully just talking. They are ready to do what these channel points say. But the thing with me, because I play games a lot of the time, mid game, I need to make sure I'm able to do what people are redeeming.
Yeah.
And I've sort of found that balance. There's been a lot of things I've added where I've realized a few weeks on, I'm like, I cannot do this as I'm gaming.
Have you got an example? Like,
sorry,
I'll put you on the spot there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think. There was a lot of things that would get a bit overwhelming though, like TTS. I used to have TTS super, super cheap. Mm-hmm. So like something I've done, I still have it, but I've now made it very pricey.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do have some crazy channel points. But I balance them well with whatever I'm trying to do.
I do completely get what you mean, Mark, because I know that like I tried some before and they'd be redeemed, and it makes what you're doing, like to do that channel point, it makes it such a fucking inconvenience, and it sometimes ruins the vibe or the thing of what you're doing, because I think someone almost knows that, and it doesn't work into a
Yeah.
It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. It like kills the vibe, or it kills what you're doing. And it's really difficult to like then like come back on. I know
agree.
exactly what you mean. In terms of finding a balance.
With what you've said there, one of them is I don't think it's going to work on here, is it? Oh no, does it work?
Oh yeah.
Can you see that? So this camera here is my back cam one. So back in the day, I used to allow people to just redeem that. So I'd be mid-conversation and then like boom. This is such a it's an awkward angle to talk
Lovely
at,
leg.
you know. Oh cheers, mate, thank you. No, but it's like you know, I don't want to then be switching over here. You know, it feels awkward. So things like that I've removed because weeks or months on I've realized like it just doesn't work. But I still use that for like the starting soon. But yeah, there's other things like sound effects. I remember I used to have this button that would play like a random sound effect. It kills the mood, you know. If you're trying to do something serious or trying to do something, it doesn't work. But one thing I have put in place, which is super cool, is I have a button on my Stream Deck which if I'm recording a video or I'm trying to have like a serious moment or whatever, I can press it and it pauses channel points. It's a bit
nice.
custom made, but I don't think it's relatively that hard to do, but that's been very, very, very useful.
How did you do that? What?
So I have a little friend in my community called Korod. Shout out to Korod if he watches this. But he's very, very clever. He's been with me since I started YouTube like 4+ years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's my boy. He's my boy. But he's very clever and he's helped with a lot of the channel points. The lights things, you know, they're pretty easy for me to set up. Well, they're things he can't really set up.
What can you do with the lights?
You can change them all. Instead of, you know, you'll see a lot of streamers have got them where you can redeem them and they'll get their little fob and they'll go like that.
I used to do
that.
But
they're fully automatic. Yeah. So if I'm mid-game, you'll see the wall changes. But if then you want to change the logo, have I got it ready? I don't have the logo ready, but I can change the bar. Go on, Ben, pick a colour. What do you reckon?
What about pink?
Bit of pink?
Yeah.
Can't you, bro? So a bit of pink and then viewers...
Oh yeah, it's pink. It's pink.
Oh no, it did work. Sorry.
Yeah. What sort of LED is that? Like it's like a
that one is Govi's light bar.
Govi. Are they?
Really,
is it strips
nice.
or no? It's like an actual bar.
It's just a straight like bar. Yeah, like a big pipe type vibe.
Oh really? But then it then really goes down. Like on the other side, does it go down, or is it just like an L? Is it an L? It's an L.
If I bring it out, whoops, it is.
Oh, it is like an L, like a.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, nice.
So I've seen some people put them around like they're set up like straight.
Yeah.
But I thought it gives like a nice modern type of feel. But yeah, oops, it is. About the channel points, you know, there's things like that. They're easy to get involved with as I game and things like that. You know, it doesn't bug me. For example, there's a cool one as well I added. I don't know if it's going to work, which you can change all the colors of this. It's going to work. It is. So like all the peripherals change. But that's because of Razer. It's all with Lumia Stream as well, which is pretty cool. I love Lumia. So that's how it's all automatic. If anyone's trying to set it up, it's pretty easy.
Is that a third party plugin?
Yeah, that's an app you get on your phone. PC.
PC. Well, and Razer peripherals have supported that third party integration.
Yeah. They do a lot. They do it with Logitech, Stream Deck,
nice.
lights and everything. It's really, really cool. But yeah, like the channel points, it's been a nice balance for what I do. Again, talking to chat, being very involved with that, viewer games, gaming in general, but also having extra ways. And I think with channel points, it's a thing. Again, as you watch streams, you earn the channel points.
Yeah.
I find people really, really grind for mine because as things go down, you know, my viewers can ban viewers automatically.
Yeah.
So they can literally become Twitch mods themselves. They can get things like a personal sound effect. So when they type hi, they'll play a little sound once an hour. Again, though, it used to be maybe like every 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And it would be such a nuisance. So like to fix things like that really overwhelm you. You then got to, you know, look at like how much it costs, the time, you know, what exactly is the problem. The volume used to be so loud. But there's a lot they can grind down further down on my channel points. And I think that also keeps viewer retention, keep people watching the full stream. And I do remember I used to promote that a lot back in the day when I was a bit scared to do variety. I used to always promote like, keep lurking up, grind your channel points. And I think as people are sitting back watching, they're not really talking or whatever, they maybe started to understand and enjoy who I was as a person, just outside of what I was providing, you know. But yeah, that's the channel points. There's a lot of interactive things. TTS, keyboard, camera, if you want. Lots of things. You can even make me wear the balaclava, mate. I have a balaclava, just like my logo. So I'll wear this for 10 minutes if you've got
how many points?
The right amount of moolah.
How many?
It is right now 7,500.
Oh, that's not too much.
It's on a sale actually. It's on a little sale. Everything goes back up very soon. But yeah, that's that pretty much. A nice way to interact and just sort of watching a stream. I think's helped big time too. You know.
Are you getting feedback on those channel points then? Are you gauging whether if you introduce new ones or to get rid of some? How does it like? How's your kind of, when are you like, your stream's very busy with lots of integrations and stuff. So I just wondering when do you decide to like add something new or freshen it up a bit or remove something away? Like is it sporadic or just sit down?
There's definitely a lot of thought behind it. You know, it can take a few months, but you might notice like some points just never get redeemed.
Yeah,
and they're sort of sat there filling up space.
Yeah,
because you might have some really cool ones further down, and then there's these few ones that just aren't being used, and then you got to look at like why they're not getting used. So I had this one where it was show an emote on the screen, and it would never ever get redeemed. And I then go to things like my Discord, or I'd ask on stream like thoughts on channel points, any ideas, and like with the suggestions chat, people I remember gave that idea, and they were like, yeah, we don't redeem it because it's tiny. It maybe popped up a tiny little Twitch emote here. So what I did then is I asked like, okay, what can I do? And they were like, make it bigger. Make it bigger and make it cheaper, because I think I made it very pricey.
Okay.
And I did, and I'm still to this day, I want to add a way to put Twitch emotes on my face as I game, but I still need to figure that out. But things like that, you know, over time you might realize some are terrible. I've removed quite a lot again, like the camera one. I straight up removed that because I realized like there's moments when I'm just trying to talk to you. Yeah, well, you're not trying to talk to me here, you know. But yeah, you got to look at things like that, and then again to get ideas. You know, I did the peripheral stuff maybe like 3 months ago. So Razor, I'm very, very lucky for it. Razor sent me this, and the new one of their keyboards.
Oh, nice. Wait, let's see the keyboard. Really cool. Let's see the keyboard.
It's not on actually for some reason.
That's right.
And I don't know why, but it's the Huntsman.
Tiny, nice little small one. Oh, yeah, nice. I know the Huntsman.
60%. But yeah, I realized this when they sent it out. I was like, wait, let me see with Lumia, because obviously they partner with them. And they've got integrations, and it was possible. And then it brings this whole new channel point that people have never seen. And then I remember making a TikTok on that, like the one that you saw about, oh, I've got the best channel points on Twitch, which I did do. Even though it was, it was a bit cocky, but you know, that's what you got to do sometimes.
Yeah.
Exactly. But 3 months ago, I made one on these, and I saw a lot of people come over, redeem it up, and you know 90% of them then leave, which you know is fine, but it opens up a lot of eyes to like who you are, and like they, you know, I remember seeing a lot of people going down and they'd be sticking around redeeming the other channel points and grinding them out, you know. I'd see them there for like a whole hour, which is good, and then over time you might see some of them pop back and things. But yeah, like always promoting like new channel points you bring in really helps. But again, to get those ideas, Discord's a great way. Asking, keeping an eye on other people, what other people are doing, and on maybe TikTok or things, and checking other channels out and thinking like. So I remember with the lights, I would see so many streamers do it all with their button. I'd be like, God, that seems like such a hassle. And then I learned from like YouTube and things. I forget who it was. Maybe a streamer called Nutty. He's very involved with channel points, but again, he's just a chatter, so he doesn't really do games. He's got some good ones, crazy ones. But I remember, I think I learned about Lumia Stream through him or someone similar.
Is he the YouTube educator guy?
I think so. He's very familiar with like coding channel points and coding crazy stream features.
I know. I know.
Yeah. He's pretty cool. I don't watch him too much now, but it's things like that, popping around, seeing ideas, putting your own twist on it, and then using what you've made for content to bring people over. That has been a big key factor, actually. I know before I said getting people to come over to Twitch and things was my YouTube, but it's definitely things like promoting the channel points and the interactive features, things like that, you know.
And you're doing that on TikTok?
TikTok, Instagram Reels a little bit,
Yeah.
and Shorts. I used to do it on other platforms like
Yeah.
Hover, if you've heard of it.
Yeah, no.
I used to love Hover, but it's a platform which I feel sort of it's quieted down because it relies a lot on sort of streamer involvement. Like
a lot of people said
in
that.
a way, it's a really nice platform. We've got such a good idea, but benefits wise, I sort of had to slow down and eventually stop. But yeah, those three. But again, there's no secret bringing people over to Twitch, which is a shame because I upload every single day on TikTok.
Do you? Okay.
Well, yeah, I do nowadays.
Sorry.
Well,
so that wasn't me. That wasn't me questioning whether you.
I know.
It sounded like I was.
The only
don't.
days I don't is days off. So like today and Friday, I won't upload.
Yeah, you gotta have some days off.
Yeah, but like it's annoying.
What are you uploading?
It'll be moments waffling on stream. It'll be like possibly some interactive ones. It'll be like I remember I did one recently where it was literally just a regular convo. I'd be like, I had a pack of what are they called? McVitie's digestive caramels.
Yeah. So,
and I pulled
could eat the whole packet.
And I was like, these are the best these are the best crisps. These are the best biscuits in the world.
Yeah.
Let me know yours. And then that regular conversation I'd make and I put it on TikTok.
Yeah.
They'd be mad comments. I remember there was a couple of people that maybe popped over. But again, I think that one got 20k views, but like 2 people popped over to be like, try and be silly and they'd be like, I don't like digestives. I agree. Like, I remember that's what they said, but it's annoying because you might see some crazy numbers on your other platforms, and I put a lot of effort into it. Again, nearly daily uploads. Shorts I do every other day, but they're scheduled. They're just re-uploads of TikToks.
Yeah.
But yeah, like some of my stuff pulls great numbers, but stream-wise growth, you don't see a lot. But I think what I've realized is the way the human mind works. It's sadly not the case in that. In terms of like bringing people over, just because you got 10 views doesn't mean 10 viewers are going to come over to your Twitch. It's sort of like...
If only it was that easy.
I know. I wish. But yeah, I think it's a case of like using those platforms to... I don't know. It seems pointless in your head. Some days I'm like, what is the point of me uploading these TikToks? You know? But I think it's just keep growing those platforms in a way, and I don't know.
You've got to keep at it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, why am I posting TikToks? But I don't know. All it really takes is like, I remember one of them was about channel points, that one that you saw actually. And again, I'd see so many people. In fact, I remember that TikTok. I think my average viewers genuinely shot up at that point. That was probably a key moment. Because a lot of people came over, they saw the channel points and they stuck around to keep grinding the channel points. And then they kept redeeming and things. And like 99% of those people left. I think that stream was like 700 viewers. It was unreal.
Fucking at 700?
Yeah,
Shit.
it honestly, mate.
Wow.
Because TikTok, like, when you do something like that, where you'll see it all the time, where it's people doing daft things.
I was about to say,
it's like, don't do this. Don't type this in the chat, otherwise it'll play this sound effect.
You've seen the other trend at the moment where it's, I've got 3 hours to do this, and if I don't do it, and on stream, and you see that like their viewership absolutely gets pumped, but then like when their TikTok is in the algorithm, but then a week later when it's not, they literally go back to the same viewership. So literally. It's like, but you could look at it and say, well, if I got 5% of those new people, well, then it's a win, right?
Yeah,
compared to a normal TikTok that doesn't get you fucking anything anyway. So it's kind of maybe not. It's not a bad thing, and if it works, it works. You know.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's what I realized as well. Again, I think it was a key moment. Things sort of shot up, but wasn't really what I expected. I remember I saw myself with 700 viewers. I've never seen that in my life. And I was like, this is it. I've bloody
made it. No.
And the next stream, or like an hour later, things go down. I'm like, okay.
I think,
but it's like TikTok and platforms like that. I think it's a good way to just open people's eyes to like you, and they might just swipe and laugh and move on, but they might see you again, and they might be like, oh, I saw that guy last week, and then they swipe again, and it might take 5 swipes, and then they might finally pop over to your Twitch and be like, I keep seeing you on my For You page, and when they do, it's such a cool feeling.
But
Yeah, TikTok. I still upload on Instagram. I do a weekly YouTube video as well. But God, YouTube's hard.
What's your game plan with YouTube at the moment? What sort of content are you uploading?
It's like just trying to do fun Fortnite videos at the minute, and I'm gonna do a couple Minecraft ones about the SMP. I've brought out the new Minecraft server. Sorry.
What is a fun? What do you mean by a fun Fortnite video?
Fun wise, is like, for example, we did. Let me see. So I was part of a Pizza Hut Fortnite Cup, which was like a fun gun game one, and I got invited to that, and it was so cool.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a $5,000 prize pool, and I went in with the mindset. I streamed it live, and I went in with the mindset like, I might be able to make this a cool video. You know, it's a cool opportunity. I did this with Pizza Hut Fortnite. Could be a cool YouTube video. So I just went in with the mind of like recording, so keeping it very entertaining. And I actually got second place.
I saw that. You got sniped, didn't you? You missed it. Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, I saw the video.
So it was with the first place was the Fortnite World Cup champion. So he's won about 300 grand. Off one game alone.
What's his name?
And he came first. Vino, he's called.
Vino, okay.
And I tied second with another pro, and I won 1,500 quid. And I posted that, and it's done pretty good. It's on about 1,000 views right now. And like again, my other videos, because I've done such different content now, haven't done that good. So that was really good. But things like reacting to crazy setups, like not really like reacting to normal setups. Like there was a lot of really mad ones in my community. I thought
people were sending you their PC.
Yeah. Things like that, and putting a nice twist of a title on it.
Yeah.
Honestly, most of my videos are recorded, streamed live.
Yeah.
But again, in my head, I'm thinking, people are gonna see me streaming all these things, and they might want to come over, but I don't really see it a lot, and it's like some points, especially with things like that, it's so demotivating. It's like, God, I'm spending so many hours on a YouTube video for nothing, and especially if you've got a quieter channel or like a smaller channel, like many people have got. Even, yes, I have 100k subs, but like I'm pulling average of 1,000 views.
Why do you think that is? Do you think your audience from years ago just don't use YouTube anymore, or like?
No, I think the thing I've realized with YouTube is, yes, I'm still doing Fortnite content, and I've always realized that. I'm like, yeah, I'm still doing Fortnite, but like, why am I now pulling around 1,000 views when I have 100k people possibly with notifications on?
Yeah.
And I think it's a case of like, I did Fortnite news like 4 years ago, 4 years ago, 3-4 years ago. And the thing with Fortnite is people have grown up. It's one of these games people have grown up, and it's not like I've always done like silly prank videos or certain things like that. It's like, just, I think people have grown up. I think people don't care for Fortnite news now. They're more, if they're playing Fortnite, they're playing Fortnite. They're not there to learn about the leaks, because there's not that much going on nowadays, I feel.
I'd probably fall in that category, to be fair, because when you started making videos is where I was just banging Fortnite all the time. Watching the summer skirmish, watching how I got back into Twitch,
World Cups,
like, and then I moved to Warzone, and now I enjoy playing Fortnite, but I don't consume
you don't
Fortnite
keep up to date with it.
I don't consume Fortnite content, no.
So I've sort of realized that, and like, I think I just want to I love Fortnite. I do. I still find it very, very entertaining. There's a lot of crazy content you can make from it. Which is why I try and play the fun side. So on YouTube, once a week, if I'm able to, I just sort of try and think of a mad idea.
Yeah.
Like we did, like, what did I do? Let me see. Like a crazy hide and seek at the moment a new season came out, which did quite good. 100 zombies, like you've probably never even heard of it. Fortnite zombies. So like I got 100 of my viewers to have a pickaxe, and I had to like survive. So it was like really crazy. And then we did one where it was like manhunt me. I showed a little bit of my screen, and the first person to find me gets like V-Bucks.
Yeah.
That one did quite well. That one didn't even do that good, but I actually thought it was one of my best ones.
That's just always the case, isn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, just trying to make like fun ideas, not what everyone else is doing. Trying to take what people maybe have done and put a twist on it, but the way I see YouTube for me is it's like not a key priority. You know,
Okay.
keep putting the effort in. Maybe if one of these videos pops off, that'd be great. Might see some people come over, but yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to pick my YouTube back up a bit. But
you have
Twitch is
another.
where it's
You
at,
have
you know.
another YouTube channel. What do you use that
So
for? Is that
that's,
redundant now? It's a smaller one, but I saw that it was
That's
linked.
more Merl. Yeah, so more Merl.
Yeah, more Merl,
is
that's
just
it.
for my shorts. Just for my
Okay,
shorts.
alright.
So there's 10K on that. There's
you-
some shorts do great. Some shorts don't at all. You know, I'm sure you might have seen it as well.
Yeah, it's weird, their algorithm. It's very inconsistent. You have to be very consistent with it. And once you're in, you're in. But then I found if you don't post for 3 or 4 days, it then just chops you off again. Like I still think they haven't fixed their algorithm entirely yet.
I have
consistent.
mine are scheduled edits I've done every other day.
Yeah.
From like. So like it's automatic all the way up until the end of August. Right now, I've got content planned.
Nice.
So you just got to keep feeding it, you know. But yeah, I do mine every other day. But
I've got
again, some of mine
specific
don't do good at all.
question. When do they start getting views? After how long have you when you post them? Do you know?
I don't think I don't know. I'll notice with my shorts sometimes. Like I'm looking at them now, a lot of them like 4 hours ago has done 10 views, 2 days ago has done 30 views, but then 7 days ago, Fall Guys, 1.4K, and I'm looking at it. The other Fall Guys ones have done bits, but I think that's because Fall Guys is kind of hype at the minute. But I have noticed maybe like it can have like 2-3 days of nothing, and then
that's what.
Boom.
Yeah. I've noticed that,
You know.
and I don't understand that. I don't know whether it should be like that. If I'm honest.
Yeah, but then I don't know if you agree. I look at it and I'm like, great, you know, that's a couple thousand views, and I'm seeing a few subs come in, but there's not really much gain from it.
Well, no, because you're having to get
shorts and TikTok
short to a YouTube subscriber to then potentially Twitch, but
also money side.
Yeah, like
there's nothing in it.
No, nothing. I can also completely agree with you in that like if we're looking at like value of a person on each platform, you've got like TikTok followers, value is at the bottom. YouTube short subscribers, which aren't separated to YouTube long subscribers. However, someone who watches YouTube shorts and subscribes to you because they watch your YouTube shorts, they don't usually watch the YouTube long, and so they're therefore in my opinion, less value, because if you want, you know, like if you want brand deals and advertising and sponsored videos, it's all about your long form content. So if I've seen channels, and I've mentioned it before, I've seen channels who have built short form YouTube channels to 100,000 subscribers, and I've watched their long form, and their long form gets like 500 to 1,000 views. And I'm like,
yeah, it happens.
So again, it's the same like what you said. What is the monetary value of that subscriber from short form content, because it's so difficult to convert them either to your Twitch or to your long form, which is where kind of the value of them increases, right? It's difficult, like you said.
It is. I've realized as well, like, and I think it's everyone, even me and you, like, I feel like people's attention spans are just going down.
Oh yeah,
because of things like TikTok and YouTube Shorts. Like, you've got to now, like, looking back on YouTube back in the day, if you could have intros, you could have the intro cinematics.
No one has an intro.
Hey guys, make sure to do this. Like, now you cannot. Like, you'll see so many YouTubers now just straight into it. Today we're doing this.
Like Mr. Beast style, like just straight in.
You've
like,
got to. Like the human race, like our attention span's just gone.
Hey, the kids are fucked. I mean, our attention span is probably
a bit better.
All bit better, but
know.
You go younger and look at kind of these kids that have got phones in their hand at 7 years old and are on TikTok by 10 and literally like won't even watch YouTube long form because it's a 3-minute video is too long. Like,
yeah, I agree. I fully agree. But yeah, some points can be dead demotivating. Just seeing your TikToks and your shorts and whatever doing really good, but you're not. You know, at the end of the day, money makes the world go around. But you're not really making any money from it.
Yeah.
You know, maybe a few pennies for 1,000 views.
Yeah.
It's insane.
So what?
No one's coming over to what your main platform is, and it's
What's motivating you then to keep doing it?
Honestly,
why are you still posting them?
God knows. I think what it is and it's hard to explain properly, but I think if you think yourself, right, if you haven't seen me in God knows, you might I know you're not streaming too much nowadays, so you're probably not too much on Twitch itself, but if I'm on your TikTok, which you're using every day for many hours, and you see me swipe past, you might want to quickly pop in because we know each other and whatnot. So I think the reason I still do it is
That's
so
true.
I'm fresh in people's minds and I'm still on people's feeds and people still know I'm maybe still doing it, and it might remind them to pop over.
That's a good point.
Or, it's things like that. Again, our attention spans are down big time all across the world, but I think just reminding people you're there is kind of the reason I still do it.
Yeah.
Keeping myself on people's feeds, keeping people interacting, whether they watch my streams now or not. I will see, I'm sure you're the same, you'll see some regular commenters on TikTok who you don't even think are on your main platform. Like you might not even do Twitch, like you might be on YouTube and you'd be like, this guy's always on my stuff, he's always liking, they're always doing this on my TikToks and stuff, but I've never seen them on a streamer, I've never seen them watch a YouTube video, stuff like that. I know, but I think people just enjoy the short form.
Yeah,
so if you
people
can
don't
show
want to
them
leave
that,
the TikTok.
It's cool.
People
They don't
leave
really
it.
care about coming over.
Nah,
They've checked you out. So I don't know. I just sort of do it to keep fresh on people's minds.
I agree with your point. Yeah.
Make sure you're still showing up on people's feed, because like people forget. Like I'm not in as nice as way as possible. I'm not looking out for you. I'm not chasing you up. I'm like, what's Galooza doing today? And then let me check the next week. What's Galooza doing? Yeah. It's just how humans are, But yeah, I think you just got to do them to keep on people's feeds, Yeah.
No, I know what you mean. It's like you still got people that know you and who have maybe just not watched you anymore because they've taken a break from TikTok or from social media, and then they go on TikTok, they see one of your videos and they go, oh, is maybe Merl's still streaming, and they go on Twitch, oh, he's still streaming, and then you must have had it where people have disappeared for a while, streaming, and then all of a sudden they're just like back and their life just got in the way, and like I said, it's just that brand awareness kind of like of just like, I'm still here, like
yes, I'm not making money. Yes, you're not. I'm not seeing a lot of new people maybe pop over, but I think in the long run you might realize like maybe these odd pop over of people's, maybe the couple of people that could pop over on a stream, in a few months' time they could be every single day they might be.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because you've been keeping on their feed and things.
Yeah.
But back to a little bit back to Twitch side. As a streamer with the view count thing and looking at viewers, you've got to remember if your views are down, there can be factors in play like it's people are back at school or views are up because it's summer, and people in general, everyone's got their own life, and you got to remember that someone could have like a family member pass away and they might be gone for weeks, and things might drop down for things like that, and that's something you've always got to remember as well. Just thought I'd mention.
Yeah, no. Yes, yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean?
Let's talk about brands. I know you've worked like with a few brands and you've done some stuff with some gaming orgs. Let's talk about the Razer stuff. How did you get that? How did that come about?
It was a streamer friend who I wasn't too friendly with. It was a female streamer who I've popped into their streams and she's popped into mine and yada yada yada. We've seen each other on TikTok and whatnot, and we've had a few conversations. And she sent was it an email? I think it was just a DM on Twitter being like, Razer are trying to get back. I don't think Razer's been too involved on the Twitch side of things the past few years or something. I remember I had a call with the guy. He's a great guy at Razer, and he was on about that, and he was like, we're just trying to make some great connections with more streamers, getting back onto the Twitch side, which was sick. Nice. And he was like, I was like, oh, that's really cool. But this female streamer, she was like, just let you know, I work really close with Razer. I think she does like outside of just her streaming, she works with like brands herself. Like she's actually she's like a brand manager or something.
Yeah, I know.
So she was like, I've passed your name on because I think you'd be a great fit. I was like, go on then. Nice. And then I got a nice email and like he was like, yeah, we don't need you, because I'm so used to if someone sends me an email to like send a product, they want me to make this big video or a TikTok or whatever. Okay. But they were like, yeah, let's just send you some gear. And I guess what they got out of it is like, again, they get product placement.
Yeah.
You know, they see it on here.
Is that what the agreement? What was the agreement?
Well,
like?
It wasn't even an agreement. It was just sort of, yeah, like we're not really getting much. We don't want you to do much, but just feel free to use our products. And you know, I could have used a so it's wireless. I've never had a wireless mouse before, and I was like, yeah, that'd be sick. But I think they really just hooked it up. But you know, there is probably factors at play like the product placement, but. Yeah, things like that. That was really, really sick, and there wasn't much ask of it, you know. Now I've got a pretty friendly relationship. I did a subathon. If some people that maybe are watching this who don't know what a subathon, it's like on Twitch you can subscribe for like £3, £4, and every time someone subs, the time goes up for how long you have to stream. So we did that pretty much the other day, and I was, because of the friendly connection with Razer, I reached out to them. I was like, do you guys like fancy getting involved? It's like all good if you don't want to get involved.
Yeah,
but they've hooked up two of my community members who are watching and supporters with 2 keyboards. Just because of that. But like I've always said this, like I'm 21 and I've been doing this 3-4 years, and I'm like so grateful, mate. Like years back, I would have done anything for a Razer mouse. Do you know what I mean? I would have done anything.
That's a big brand as well. That's not like a
big time.
Not like just a small one that someone's just doing out of their house. Like, you know. Like,
I remember being in school. I'd do anything for like a Razer headset. I think anyone would have, you know. But yeah, things like that. So she hooked it up. That streamer. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. So have you done? You said there whenever you get emails from brands, etc. Have you done like asking for TikTok videos? Like, what's your experience with that? You say you
I would say, first off, I would say the past like 6 months I've learned a lot about rates. You know, you got to understand your worth as a streamer, because if a brand's coming to you, you know, don't just take the product and make whatever they want, because they're going to get a lot more out of it than you. You've got you might have got like a device or something, but you know, is that really that much? And in a way, I've realized you gotta put your foot down. You gotta sell yourself. You gotta be like, yeah, I want some money out of this. So I remember, let me think, I worked with a browser company which was so sick. Like the past 6 months, I've had some mad deals. They've been sick, mate, and it's still proper overwhelming. But one of them was a browser, and they basically just want me to make a pretty natural TikTok about the browser and what the benefits are. It's like a gaming browser, which was really cool, and I'm actually quite familiar with it as well, which was even better. But even though I'm very familiar with it,
what browser can you say?
It was Opera. I think so. Okay, Opera GX. Okay. So they sent a really cool email. It was actually from an agency from them. Yeah, I think that's how most brands do that nowadays. I've been using Opera for ages, and I got that email, and I was like, God, yeah, even if they didn't mention money, I might have been like, yeah, I'll just do this. I don't mind.
Because you like the brand, yeah.
Yeah. But again, moments like that, you don't have to be selfish, but you gotta understand that and put your foot down and be like, okay, I love what you guys do, and I'm a big user, but you know, I got a platform, and you need something. So I had a discussion. I got a little bit out of it, but it was a cool deal to do, you know. But yeah, most things like that come by email. I'm also now under management as well. I have a little management company, which has been cool. That's how I got the Pizza Hut thing, for example.
Yeah, what can you talk about what the management company is like doing for you? Like what?
Yeah, so they've just got basically some great connections in the UK. Okay. They are part of a big talent agency that works with like TV and shows that you'll watch on TV and things. But this is like the gaming side.
What are they called?
XU Esports. XU Esports. So the guy there, he's a really nice lad. He's from the UK, as I say. He sent a nice email. At first, I was very skeptical because you hear a lot about management and they take over everything. And the conversation between us two was very, very lengthy, but in the end, we came to a nice deal. And pretty much all he does is, you know, if an opportunity comes up, you know, he can give that to me that I probably couldn't get on my own.
Okay.
And if I need any help, you know, if someone reaches out to me, you know, I can either do it on my own, or it's really nice and flexible. It doesn't all have to go through them, but you know, he's happy to help, and them at XU are really happy to help, and things like that. And they've really opened my eyes to like rates,
yeah,
my worth and things, you know.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's where they can be very helpful there, because they they'll put their foot down for you and go, no, they you're worth way more than that. Yeah,
definitely. And if like you're a streamer, if you feel like you've grown at a fast rate, or you know you're doing quite well, and you're seeing these brands come to you, you've got to figure that out. You know, don't be doing free handouts for these big brands that want to use your platform to promote their, you know, random products or whatever. You know, sometimes they can't offer anything, which is understandable. But then it's your choice if you want to take it or not. Yeah. You know, I've took some ones when I'm like, yeah, for sure, I don't mind doing the one-off. You know, you're a small brand or whatever. Yeah. But yeah, things like that's been really good. So like the management and just understanding rates has been good. Therefore,
if you could work with any brand, like probably within the gaming space, who would it be? Like, or actually just any brand, like that you think would be maybe somewhat realistic, like.
I've always said it, and I've said it to the management agency as well, in case they had a connection.
Yeah.
Hula hoops, the crisps. I know you won't think, but imagine this, and I don't think I've ever seen a streamer do it. Crisp companies should get into the stream space, because imagine I start my stream and, you know, I'm getting paid every month to promote hula hoops. I have an overlay over here, but I'd happily have a bag of crisps every day as I'm doing my little introduction. Like something.
Well,
you know,
Doritos are big, aren't they? With
Doritos have done some
Fortnite
stuff
and Twitch.
Yeah. But hula hoops are my favorite crisps. That's why I love them. KP snacks.
Pringles as well have done some like stuff as well. So do you know what?
It's like a crisp brand.
Doritos, Pringles, hula hoops, like they could be next. They could be next. Like
they could be.
I mean, if there are other crisp competitors that are doing it, then like, there's no reason why they might not see that. And
big time.
Fuck it, let's get in the streaming.
There is a lot of big brands like that just aren't really into the games.
Yeah, like the non-endemic brands that are just like random, like consumer brands.
It's like Pizza Hut.
Yeah, Pizza Hut
are super new to it. This is what they were saying. Relatively new, I would say. But like the Pizza Hut Cup, for example, was a great way for them to tap in, you know, put a bit of money in, and you know, start to tap into the game and stream side of things. Yeah. And I think they now sponsor a few streamers I follow as well, which is cool. But yeah, things like that, they work quite naturally. You wouldn't think brands like a crisp brand, you know, would fit well, but you can imagine it, you know, a nice little bag of
streamers probably eat crisps.
Once a stream.
Yeah. What,
you know,
what flavor would they be?
Beef.
Oh, they're strong.
I know, but they're good. They're my faves. Or cheese and nah, I always say cheese and
I like the barbecue one. Barbecue loops.
I've never had them.
Never had the barbecue ones.
No,
barbecue
I've always had the beef. The beef ones have been around for years.
Maybe they are. Maybe they are. Wait, is it the brown packet?
Yeah, it's the brown packet. Not barbecue. Yeah. Well, yeah, they're my faves. They're my absolute favorite.
I like
crisps.
those ones, to be fair. Yeah, they are the ones that I have. Yeah. Right, let's kind of move towards like the last question. I think we've covered everything that I wanted to cover too. It's been great talking. And my final question was really like, I've been asking it to every streamer. It's around kind of an advice piece from you. If you were going to give advice to a streamer that has been streaming for around 6-12 months and is struggling to grow, is struggling to build a community, and is losing motivation, like what should they do? What should they do? Like, was there ever a point in time where you wanted to quit streaming, or like if you could think back to that and think, what was it that like what pushed you to keep doing what you're doing today?
I remember with YouTube, because as I've mentioned, it was going down and I haven't really had a 9 to 5. I haven't really had anything. I had some good savings, but you know, I'm a decently smart lad, and I know even if I fully stop YouTube, then I can't live off, you know, a few thousand savings or whatever it was. But I remember it was so demotivating to see like everything I've been doing for years and so safely, just things starting to go down, and I couldn't understand why. And looking back, it was because Fortnite's hype was sort of dying down. I couldn't understand it, and I remember because I started the Twitch stuff, and I tapped a bit into that, dabbled a little bit every few days. I just remember like one day, I just sort of was like, you know what, let me give Twitch a proper shot. I'd seen people start to sub to me. I'd seen, a few bits here and there, and I realized like, yeah, it can be financially stable. And it's kind of more raw and kind of not easier, but it's a lot more enjoyable to do streams. Instead of having to worry about every single day waking up looking for Fortnite news. And I just started to grind that. And again, it was very slow. There was a lot of months. I maybe struggled a little bit with money, to be fully honest. I haven't really said that, but it was hard, like big time, especially for like a 18, 19-year-old lad. I was like, God, what am I doing? But slowly Twitch picked it back up. And I'm full-time on Twitch now, but yeah, I don't know. I just feel like the only sort of advice that, there's no secret to growing a platform. It is going to take time. It could take a week. It could take a year. It could take many years. But you just sort of got to either take a short break from when you're feeling like that, and you got to come up with a sort of strategy, look around at other streamers, see what they're sort of doing to keep at it. And I don't know. You just got to pick yourself up as cliche as that sounds. You've got to like find that it is hard, but I don't know. I remember what I would do is I'd again go around looking at other streamers, see how they're presenting themselves, and I'd notice like they're a great vibe, and they were a better vibe than what I was doing. And what I wanted was just an enthusiastic stream. So I now make sure every time I go live, I'm enthusiastic, and I think people now enjoy that. And realize that through things like the TikToks and people maybe popping in and out. But I don't know, you just got to maybe take a step back, look at what's maybe going wrong. How can you improve that? And I don't know, that again, there's no secret. I think what mine was with Twitch as well was the niche with channel points balanced with gaming and being very interactive, and then using TikTok and things to promote them things was really good. But there really isn't a lot of secrets. Unfortunately, you just got to try your best. I wish I could give proper advice, but look at what other streamers are doing. Network with them, make some good friends, talk with their community. I always say don't self-promote or anything like that, but have a nice chat with them, engage with their community, see how their days are going, and that helps, especially for on Twitch. But, if you're on things like YouTube and your YouTube's going down like what I was doing, if I could go back on YouTube... I honestly, I don't really know. The thing with YouTube is you got to stick with trends, and it's a fully different space. But Twitch-wise, yeah, it's really all I could say. I don't know. What was the other streamer? What were some other streamers saying on the podcast? I'm interested.
Same thing, really.
It is. There is no secret.
Hard work, consistency, patience,
consistency.
Bit of luck, right place, right time, like...
No, I agree. Consistency is very, very important.
Don't give up.
Stream schedule.
Yeah.
The stream schedule for me helps big time because people know every Monday I post that. And if you can also stick to a schedule, like if you're someone who's watching this and you work like a full-time job or whatever, and you know you've got Fridays free, and you've got like Sunday nights free, try and use them as best you can and stay as consistent as possible. Like I'm 5 days a week, as I say, 4 p.m. And I always just mention that. I'm like, yeah, I'm live 4 p.m. tomorrow. And people hear that constantly. And at 4 p.m, my starting soon chat, they'll be ready, which is nice. So consistency, take a step back if you're ever feeling like that. Look at what you're doing wrong. And yeah, just try your best to pick yourself up, and you'll figure it out, man. You'll figure it out. It's hard to do Twitch non-full-time, I feel. Or even if you're like half part-time or whatever. It's still, never going to be perfect. I'm very free to do what I do. Some days I'm kind of chill, but I know like I'm full time. I got to keep the grind going, and I don't know, but there's no secrets really. But you'll figure it out. You'll figure it all out.
Gotta try, hey. Gotta try.
You do.
Well, Merl,
you do.
It's been a pleasure having you. It's been a really good conversation.
Me,
mate. Some of the
it has as well.
We're an hour and 42 minutes in, mate.
God.
So time flies, mate. Time flies.
It does.
Before we go, where can people find you on socials and just run through your schedule and times on Twitch?
So literally on every platform besides Instagram, I'm just at Merl, which is really nice and clean. Twitter, the lot. So at Merl, MERL. Same on Twitch, twitch.tv/Merl. YouTube's the same. And as I say, I stream 5 days a week, besides Monday, Friday at 4 p.m. UK time. I think that's like 11 Eastern time if you're from America. And weekly uploads on YouTube, daily uploads, hopefully on TikTok and things. And yeah, I'll be here. I'll be waffling. That's what people know me by nowadays, mate.
Always
Not the
waffling.
Fortnite, the waffler. The waffler, mate.
Well, as I said, it was a pleasure talking to you. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week, and I'm sure we'll speak soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Bye-bye.